The cloud hovering over Jalen Hurts and the Eagles regarding his concussion update continues to linger, but the latest media narrative is so false you won't believe what they said. Plus, everything we know about Jordan Love's elbow injury, BG apparently working harder than ever to return, and why Kellen Moore's latest interview request is nothing to worry about for the Birds. Thomas Mott, this is the Thomas Mott Show. The Jalen Hurts news continues to dominate the media airways this week, but instead of starting there, how about a fun, unexpected update by the Eagles social media team themselves, posting this Black Eagles logo on Twitter yesterday with the caption, "Let's hunt," likely indicating the Birds will go with their all-black alternate uniforms in Sunday's matchup versus the Green Bay Packers. We really tend to forget the NFL does technically allow each NFL playoff team to wear their alternate uniforms once in the playoffs, so going with the all-black look plus the black helmets once again seems to be guaranteed this Sunday, which harkens back to Philadelphia wearing those alternate black helmets with the white jerseys versus the Packers when they played Week 1 in Brazil. I think we're going to see something very similar, although you might flip this and go black jerseys, white pants. Also, if you missed yesterday's show, I'm approaching 80,000 subscribers, and when I do, I'm going to give away this signed full-size NFL football by Devontae Smith himself. So drop a like, give me a comment down below if you're interested, and this is going to happen soon, 80K, and I'll give this one away. Now, also yesterday, I talked about how Jalen Hurts reportedly did practice in the team's walkthrough last Saturday, which further indicated his status for Sunday's game is nearly guaranteed. Although shortly after my show went live, Adam Schefter sent out this tweet saying Jalen Hurts remains in concussion protocol to start the week, which instantly triggered some insane fear-mongering takes on shows like ESPN's Get Up.
How big a deal should I be making of this right now in my mind as I'm considering this game?
A massive deal.
But wait, hold on. This news is actually totally fake and is pushing this alternate theory that Jalen Hurts is actually in jeopardy of playing on Sunday, a complete lie by the media. Hurts only remains in concussion protocol on Monday because the Eagles have not officially practiced yet this week. It's literally impossible by NFL rules for the Eagles to announce Hurts has cleared protocol until he practices on Wednesday, which is the final step in actually clearing concussion protocol. So to say Hurts remains in concussion protocol as if to indicate he's questionable for Sunday's matchup is a ridiculous lie that I'm here to tell you is just not true. Jalen Hurts is 100% playing on Sunday. And don't just take my word for it, NBC Philadelphia's Ruben Frank ran into Hurts at the Eagles facility last week and echoed he looks completely fine.
I ran into him in the hallway, not allowed to talk to him because he's in the protocol, but he didn't have dark glasses on or anything. He was walking with Kenny Pickett and getting a smoothie. Everybody in the organization, nobody's concerned about it. I mean, to me, it's a 100% shot. He'll be healthy, he'll be out there for the Packers, and he'll be playing.
Still, everyone has to be patient when it comes to Hurts officially getting cleared because, as I said, no matter what, it can't happen today. It will take Wednesday after practice for it to become officially true. Something Nick Sirianni pointed out yesterday for like the 5th time in a row during his press conference.
I'll ask the Jalen question today. As you put the game plan together, is it with the intention of Jalen as the starting quarterback this weekend?
Yeah, I have no new information for you guys. Like I said yesterday, he's progressing through the protocol.
Are you able to say if he's in the building today?
I got no new info for you guys here today. I'm sorry.
It's clear to me that Hurts has been fine for probably the last week and a half. Philadelphia just didn't have anything to play for in the Giants game, and so decided to slow walk his clearing concussion protocol. This whole idea that he had a serious concussion, like I thought originally a couple of weeks ago, and that it's going to take a long time to get him healthy seems to be complete bogus. He's really 100% fine and probably could play today if the Birds had a playoff game. Also, don't get me started on the whole Jalen Hurts hasn't played in 3 weeks, he's going to be rusty, as if we didn't already see the 2022 version of Jalen Hurts play just 1 game throughout the final 34 days of the Birds' regular season due to the shoulder injury, and then come in versus the Giants in their first playoff game at the Link and absolutely light up New York. I mean, Hurts was on fire versus the Giants, way more so than he was even the following week on no rest versus the 49ers. There's really zero indication that an extra rested Hurts is going to be somehow worse than what he would have been if the Birds had to play him last week. All that put aside, I'm here to tell you Jalen Hurts is fine. He's 100% healthy, and I guarantee you he will not only play on Sunday, but about Wednesday afternoon, look for the update saying Jalen Hurts has cleared concussion protocol, practices with the Birds, and it'll all be put to bed, and I'll say, I told you so. Which kind of ironically brings us to the second lie spreading right now, which really sprung into life following Ian Rappaport's report yesterday that OC Kellen Moore is officially set to interview for the Saints' vacant head coaching job. Something Moore was asked about today during his press conference and kind of skirted around.
Yeah, you don't worry about it too much. Really the focus on the week, and those things take care of themselves. Obviously, those things only come to teams who usually tend to have success and are doing things well on the field, and so that's where your focus is.
Either way, the story spreading now is Moore's gone. He's going to leave, he's going to get hired, but Wait, just calm down for a second. There's zero indication Kellen Moore is going to leave to tank the Saints' job. Every offseason, NFL teams without a coach, they search far and wide. They literally interview everybody. As of today, the Saints have requested 5 coordinators to interview right now for their current head coaching job, with the 2 most sought-after options being Detroit's Aaron Glenn and former Titans head coach Mike Vrabel. Today, Moore was named as another finalist for the Jacksonville Jaguar job, bringing his total list of interviews to 2 as of filming, with plenty more expected because, again, this is how the coaching offseason normally works. And Kellen Moore's been smart about the whole head coaching hiring decision. He's had multiple off seasons where he was a hot offensive coordinator candidate following his stints with the Cowboys and also with the LA Chargers, and decided to stay a coordinator. More and more often these days, big-name coordinators like Ben Johnson, Kellen Moore, for instance, they turn down coaching jobs in a given cycle due to the fear of landing at a bad spot. Most guys really get one chance as a head coach, so if you take a job at a bad organization, like say the Saints right now, or the Jacksonville Jaguars this cycle, you could be one and done in less than a year and never get another chance. Shane Steichen, for instance, with the Colts, great example. No one is going to be offering him a head coach job anytime soon following his extremely unsuccessful stint in Indianapolis. And like Shane Steichen, I think Moore understands this and also realizes the potential of Jalen Hurts with a second year in his own offense. Throughout Hurts' career, he's now had 6 different offensive coordinators in his year over the past 7 years, with the only recurring coordinator who stayed after 1 year being Shane Steichen, who took Hurts from a run-first quarterback year 1 to the MVP frontrunner in year 2. Keeping Moore plus the Birds' offensive talent that's already signed on for at least another year, 2025 could somehow be an even more explosive year for the offense in Jalen Hurts than it already has been in year 1 of Kellen Moore, where they've gotten 14 wins in 2024. Also, in terms of losing coordinators, it doesn't sound like Vic Fangio is keen on leaving anytime soon, if you were worried about that.
I'm happy to be here right now.
I don't think Vic Fangio has any sort of desire to be an NFL head coach after his stint in Denver. He likes being a defensive coordinator, he's a defensive-minded guy, and the Bird system plus players is pretty darn great. I expect at minimum Fangio to be back in 2025, but probably Kellen Moore as well. Moving over to the actual game on Sunday, and as predicted yesterday, Packers wide receiver Christian Watson did in fact tear his ACL on this play last week and is out for the game and the remainder of the season, which is a big deal, despite what some Packer fans are trying to say on Twitter. With Watson on the field this year, the Packers have the #1 ranked offense in explosive plays per route. When he's off the field, they're 19th in the exact same offense. Watson really is the vertical field-stretching threat, something teams desperately need when playing the Birds' fantastic underneath covering defense. The only teams that have had a lot of success versus Philadelphia, at least since the bye week, are teams with mobile quarterbacks, which Green Bay really doesn't have, and then, for some reason, the Carolina Panthers, who were able to vertically stretch the field against the Birds' corners. Now, defensive coordinator Vic Fangio was asked about the loss of Watson in his press conference today and said, yes, it's a big one, but that Packer offense is still pretty lethal.
They're all good. You know, Dobbs is good. Reed is good. The tight end is good. Jacobs gets screens and check downs. You know, it's they spread the ball around a lot. They got a bunch of guys with around 50 receptions or more. It's hard to focus on one guy.
Losing Watson is a major deal, even though I hate the fact that he's injured right before playing the Eagles, even though it benefits Philadelphia. But this Eagle defense, already favored in this game, just got a massive shift in their favor going into Sunday. Speaking of players with big impacts, how about Dallas Goedert officially returning for the Birds, who played in the first half of the winning at the Giants last week, but now is set to play an entire game as the Birds' #1 tight end. Now, we all love Goedert for his pass-catching abilities, but we forget the fact he's probably the best run-blocking tight end, maybe in the NFL, maybe in the NFC, but definitely on the Philadelphia Eagles. Grant Calcaterra has filled in admirably in terms of catching with Dallas Goedert out, but he's been awful in run-blocking. Something Nick Sirianni pointed out yesterday, Goedert being back in is going to further open up Saquon Barkley and the lethal rushing offense.
Yeah, physical blocker. It does the things that you need your tight end to do, being able to hold the point. You know, being on the front side, very athletic on the back side. You know, just able to do a lot of different things and be multiple. You can be multiple in your schemes with him in there. And so that's what makes, you know, Dallas, you know, obviously Dallas is very a big playmaker when the ball's in his hands. We saw that, the return of him yesterday. But you know, what makes him a complete tight end is his ability to block in all the different schemes that he can do. So that's big to get him back.
Now, you might remember a few months ago when BG, of course, went down with a torn tricep and then told WIP he was trying to get healthy for a possible Super Bowl game return. Well, he was back on WIP today for his usual Tuesday hit, and he doubled down once again on the fact that he's trying to get back harder than ever.
Anything is possible. I just know right now, man, I'm just grinding. I'm working one game at a time. I'm like, come on, y'all, let's get to this one. Let's get through this one. Let's make sure that we work to make sure that we don't have no hiccups, because we do have a great position that we're in, great team. Man, we just got to make sure that we don't go out there searching for plays. Yeah. Let them plays come to you, and let's do it together.
Now, Philly needs to make the Super Bowl for BG to get to play in the Super Bowl, so long way off from this becoming true, but put it in your back pocket as a possibility over the next couple of weeks. Finally, no new updates as of today on Jordan Love's elbow injury, mainly due to the same scenario happening right now with Jalen Hurts. The Packers, like the Eagles, will not practice until Wednesday afternoon, meaning as of Tuesday, they don't have to tell us anything on Love until that practice. Personally, I still believe he's going to be fine. He should be 100% on Sunday, but his designation tomorrow, just like Hurts, will definitely reveal a lot. Be sure to subscribe to hear the latest on this channel when the news drops. It's wild we have a playoff game in just a couple of days, and it feels like there's going to be a ton of changes and news and updates over the next couple of days. Be sure to go ahead and subscribe of all of the latest, including the broadcast of the Eagles game with myself and Josh Davis on Sunday afternoon. I don't know if you guys are feeling it, but the Birds winning big, I'm starting to convince myself that might actually be possible. Curious your guys' thoughts down below as well. Of course, the giveaway going on, we're getting close to 80,000 subs. Be sure to hit the sub button for this one. I'm Thomas Mott. This has been the Thomas Mott Show.